The 5 people listening to us would be like, what the hell is going on?
Well, the funny thing was they couldn't hear you until I switched over to the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
A single room with no other people around. It's gonna be like a clean room.
It's gonna be like Dustin Hoffman and Kevin Spacey and a monkey.
And a monkey?
Yeah, a monkey.
How about a lion?
No, it would be a monkey from Outbreak.
How about I am Leo, Prince of Dorkania? Wow. Defender of secrets of Castle Dork-Skull. This is Cringer, my fearless lion cat. I don't know.
Oh, God. How long did you practice that one?
Not
How long
can
in
you
your
tell?
head?
Okay, with us today we have James.
He-Man!
Yo.
I got nothing for you on that one. just.
I know it was bad. I apologize. Well, you know why I don't apologize.
No, you don't apologize.
I enjoyed it.
I know you did. That's why I said you don't apologize.
If only you would enjoy it.
Oh yeah. If you search the interwebs, you may be able to find our Zelda commercial remake we did a long time ago. It's the Legend of Zelda and it's pretty rad.
Oh, the Nintendo rap?
Yeah.
That was only in Japan?
Yep. No. It was U.S.
I thought it was Japan. Oh, no, Japan had the whole dance sequence.
Yeah, the Zelda rap. Let me see if I can find it.
This is what you guys tuned into right here.
I
Talking
know.
about the Zelda rap from 1980. Question mark.
Here we go. Hold on.
Nintendo, please don't sue.
Yeah, it might not load. It's on Daily Motion. It's an old one.
To YouTube, man. Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, that's assuming it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on Vimeo. Hold on.
Isn't their best power to?
Well, hello, Super Retro Throwback Reviews.
Yes.
Welcome.
Somebody stole it from us. Okay,
Excellent.
so somebody called Supply Fixes downloaded our video and posted it as their own. But yeah, this is an old one. Let's see.
Hey, have you guys seen the latest Kotaku update?
Whoa, look at those graphics!
You mean you haven't played it yet? I can play it on my DS.
It's The Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad.
Octoroks, Tektites, and Levers too. But with your help, our hero pulls through.
Yeah, go Link. Yeah, get Zelda. Wiki wiki week.
The Nintendo 3DS. Your parents help you hook it up. Legend of Zelda, sold separately.
Wow. Wow.
Is that cringeworthy or what?
That looks so 80s too. I love it actually.
I love everything about that.
Yeah. So
You still have that outfit? Because I think we need to make another video with you in that outfit.
Yes.
yeah. Tori Pritchard said, "I'm so excited to hear Hamill as Skeletor."
I'm actually excited about that as well. So, for anybody who's asking or joining us to the show right now, one of the big news that dropped was from Kevin Smith's Netflix He-Man in the Master Universe animated series. They dropped the voice cast this past, last Friday, I think, Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith said it's going to be released in the coming months. Or almost weeks, I think, too. So this thing's wrapping up pretty quickly. So we're going to see some new episodes of He-Man and Masters of the Universe pretty shortly. So Leo, what do you think about the casting?
I'm excited. So as Tori said, Mark Hamill as Skeletor. I mean, I'm sold right there. But Lena Headey is Evelyn, or Hetty, however you say it. Chris Wood as Prince Adam and He-Man. Wait, they're the same person?
Wait, what?
Chris Wood is playing Prince Adam and He-Man, and I said, wait, they're the same person? Bad joke. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela. Liam Cunningham as Man at Arms. Diedrich,
Man of Arms.
Yeah, Diedrich Bader as King Randor and Trapjaw. It's you can find the whole list. Jason Mewes as Stinkor. What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm happy Phil Lamar is going to be in it.
Kevin Conroy as Merman.
That's gonna be a trick. Like I said, I haven't heard Kevin Conroy in a lot of things other than Batman, so it's gonna be like Batman. Batman's on in Eternia.
Kevin Michael Richardson as Beastman. Tony Todd as Scareglow.
Yeah, Tony Todd.
And you said Phil Lamar as Hero.
Yeah.
Justin Long as Roboto. You know, reading this list, it's a lot of Kevin Smith people.
Are you surprised by that?
No.
As of right now, since his heart attack and his weight loss, he's been on a hit streak lately. Like Jay and Silent Bob Reboot was a hit.
Yes.
They're working on. He got Jeff Anderson out of retirement. He's working on Clerks 3. You know, Mallrats 2 is in development again, and it just seems like he's a bankable product right now. Again, how long will it last? It's always the story with Kevin Smith. But I'm all for it, man. I think he has he brings good content out, and he does tell original stories.
Yeah. Have you guys...
Even when he wrote for Batman and Green Lantern, like, the one person I was surprised was not in there was Ralph Garman from Hollywood Babylon. Like, he does voices, and I was surprised by that.
Yeah. Unless it's not announced yet. Alicia Silverstone is Queen Marlena, and Henry Rollins as Triclops.
There is not a bad person on there. What did I see? Laura Henney as was it Evelyn?
Evelyn, yep.
Evelyn, they're like, who else? Like,
Yeah.
that's her role. Mark Hamill, I'm very curious about, because Mark Hamill lately in a lot of movies has sounded like Mark Hamill. Like,
Yeah, but he can turn that. I mean, is it going to be Joker Skeletor?
No, I feel like he should and would change it up a bit. I think it's going to be hard for you not to realize it's Mark Hamill, though.
Yeah.
I think we've heard his voice enough where, like, even him changing it a bit, it's still like, yeah, it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Well, like with Child's Play, with Chucky from Child's Play, which, Leo, I'm surprised that's not on Plex yet.
Sorry.
But there is some like random 1930s movie I've never heard on there. So
as you know, I'm ripping my entire collection, and I came across a John Wayne collection I bought for my dad. He was a huge John Wayne fan. And yeah, they're all like 1930s movies. It's like John Wayne when he was first starting out. And the quality is shit, but yeah, it was like 20 something movies I threw on there.
Yeah, but there's no Child's Play.
No. There is Midway though, and a couple others. What did I just add recently? I don't know. You'll have to.
Is Dr. Sleep up there?
No, it will be though.
I gotta get the director's cut up there though.
Yeah. Tori Pritchard says he gives everything 110% and voice is totally epic. Jack Shipley joined as well. Hey, Jack.
And Tori, I don't think anybody's taken away from Mark Hamill. But again, Mark Hamill has a very distinctive voice. And Skeletor is a pretty distinctive character. Like, it's one of those things. Those are very high characters that he's portraying. I'm not saying he's not going to do it, but it's going to be very hard for me not to be like, that's Mark Hamill. Like, a lot of the other actors, if I didn't see this cast list, I'd be like, that sounds familiar. Like, if you didn't have this cast list and you kind of came across this show and saw, like, oh, it's a Kevin Smith production, and you listen to it, and you'd be like, oh, I wonder who that is. Oh, that's Phil LaMarr, because all I can think about is Jon Stewart from Justice League, and, of course, Hermes from Futurama, which is still one of my favorite characters he's ever done.
Okay. I got to go with Walt.
Walt.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
No. No.
Come on.
Come on.
I know you guys.
Like a great show.
Did I say it was not a great show? I just didn't watch it. I'm sorry.
How could you not?
That was in that weird between period before, like, I was at a Cartoon Network before I got back into Cartoon Network. That's where that show fell in.
People had that period?
Yeah.
Not me.
Did I ask this already? Did you guys see Reboot?
Which one? The old one or the new one?
No, what do you mean? There's only
Jay
one.
and Silent Bob?
Yeah. Well,
there's a show called Reboot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were literally just talking about like cartoon
animated TV. Okay. And you're like,
until you start like
Jay and Silent Bob.
Say the whole thing.
Yes. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
I have not, but that's a movie. It's on the very, very long list that me and Jen keep adding to for us to watch.
Yeah, it is on Plex.
I know it's on Plex.
Very solid movie.
You're missing Zach and Miri Make a Porno, though.
It will get up there. I still have, a good 90 movies to go, and I'm at 540.
I mean, I'll see like Men in Black 1 and Men in Black 3 and where's Men in Black 2?
It'll get there. I'm on DVDs now. It's like all the old stuff. And then as I buy new stuff, I need to add it.
I know. No, like I said, I'm very curious because I know Kevin Smith said this is a continuation of the original animated series. So I'm curious to what they're going to do, as well as they've announced that the movie is going to start pre-production again for the live-action Masters of the Universe.
I don't know how I feel about that. Do we know who's attached?
Give me 1 second.
Well, while you look it up, Tori says, "Oh my God, Jay and Silent Bob reboot threw me for a loop. I was mortified. We all have gotten so old." Indeed, yes. But it's such a good movie. And if you buy it from Legion, I don't know if Legion M, I don't know if they're still giving it away, but you get the like press pass, the fake one. And I forgot what else that came with it. It was a nice pack though.
Yeah, so it's in pre-production as of right now, and they've only stated who He-Man is going to be.
And who's that?
Noah Centineo.
I have to look this person up. That sounds like a party.
He is in Nothing Exciting. He was in Charlie's Angels.
I'm sorry.
The Fosters. He seems like he's a very much unknown person.
It's written by David Goyer, though.
Oh God, please! I'm done. Well, it's from an earlier screenplay, so it sounds like they're getting this. They're taking elements from a different screenplay and moving forward with it.
He was in Charlie's Angels, Noah.
I already said that when hosts aren't listening.
I mean, it has happened at least once a show. Where
it really does. Yeah. It really does. It takes at least once. Leo's like, "What about this?" And we're 8 minutes onto another topic.
And Turkles. How could you forget Turkles? I have no idea what Turkles is.
Okay.
Crickets. Show comes to a screeching halt.
Yeah. Turkles is a tale of a group of curious kids from a fictitious...
I don't want to know what Turkles is.
I don't want to know. No one asked. Leo, that's one of the questions.
Like, your curiosity later.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Well, anyway, I'm excited about it. It's definitely looks like a reboot for He-Man, and there has been a constant community evolving around this this series that was meant to just sell toys back in the 80s. And
well, if you want a really good story, go to watch The Toys That Made Us.
Yes.
On Netflix. There's a whole He-Man. They go through the majority of those 80s toys. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Barbie, My Little Pony, those are some of the other ones. Turtles, TMNT. So it's really good. You can learn a lot more about He-Man, how literally they were just trying to make up characters constantly to keep the toys going. I mean, that's how the Extreme Ghostbusters got made.
Yeah.
Was they wanted to do things, so then they did 40 episodes of Extreme Ghostbusters. It was to move to sell toys.
You know what toy they didn't talk about? Those Tiger games.
Yes, those Tiger games. I know AVGN has a huge thing on Tiger games.
What are you excited about, though? So talk about these Tiger games that are being rebooted. Is it still going to be like the LCD screens, or is it going to be...
Yep. Right down to the part where it doesn't come with the batteries. And they'll probably kill the batteries within like a couple hours. Nostalgia.
Well, you got to think, this weekend is New York Toy Fair. It's the big toy release for all the big toys coming out this year. I know Hasbro's going to have a huge presence because the photos have already leaked out of the new GI Joes that are coming out. With Ghostbusters, with the new movie coming out, are coming out with a whole brand new line from them. That's going to release there. Transformers, everything. Funko will probably have a lot of new stuff there that they didn't show at the London Toy Show. But I'm not surprised this news dropped before that. It's the nostalgia market right now. It's everything old is new, and let's just throw it out there for people, because the generation that grew up with it is now the ones in command and being like, what's good nostalgia? Well, nostalgia sells right now. So we're going to keep shoving that down your throat as much as possible.
You know, I don't mind this because I've actually been hunting around for one. So this kind of makes my life a lot easier.
I'm hoping that it's not going to be. It's still the LE, like the liquid crystal display, which it
From
looks
what
like
I've seen, it's supposed to be. Everything it's supposed to be.
I hope it's not that soft. Remember, it was like a piece of film over it. I hope that's solid because the technology now is that should be a solid piece of something. It shouldn't be like you shouldn't be able to like push your finger into it and like push down the crystal displays.
Yeah, but then it won't be authentic. No, I'm just joking. Nah, I agree with you on that end. That's one thing I'd be willing to have them upgrade. But did you also see what Nerf announced?
Oh, the Halo series with the needler?
Yeah, the needler. I have to get that.
It's one of my favorite weapons in Halo.
Same here. It's going to be one of my favorite weapons, when playing Nerf.
I'm not gonna go to your Best Buy ever. When that thing comes out, I can see this yo-yo patrolling his department.
Welcome to computers. Pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew, pew.
So there's 4 versions of the games coming out: Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Disney's The Little Mermaid, Transformers Generation 2, and Marvel's X-Men Project X.
I had the X-Men one, so I'm super excited about that. That's the one's actually wanted to get again.
Yeah, I'm curious if it's only these 4 or they're going to start pulling out a bunch of them. And the only reason I say that is if you look at the mini consoles that have come out since the NES Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic, the Sega Mini, and the PlayStation Classic, the last 2 really didn't sell well. So is that, and I actually said that the Gen because the Sega Genesis Mini or the Classic is on sale for $20 off at Target.
Wow.
So it's one of those things where
they also did not really advertise it. I feel like there was way less hype behind that one, and it's also partly because Sega, they've been licensing that stuff out for so long. There's so many cheaper variants.
Yeah, true. And there's the third party where you actually put the games in the system and it plays the games that way too.
So they kind of screwed themselves over by doing that, and then I'm sure they didn't foresee that happening what Nintendo did. But they probably should have, rethought that part before they released it.
Well, give me a Dreamcast.
Yeah. The
system. They released the Dreamcast. They could put all the games on the Dreamcast. There wasn't a ton of games that they released for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that was such a good system, though.
That was such a great system.
Do you think it's people just getting sick of nostalgia?
No,
I just think
both of those had issues.
The PlayStation didn't have good games on it when it came out released, and
didn't come with the power cable.
Had to. Yeah. That's a Sony being Sony.
So, literally, you bought this thing, you get it home, realizing that, oh no, I have no way to power it. That's not a great look.
Oh no, not at all.
It's not.
So I was just gonna say, just to tie things together, I don't think it was Tiger, but the only LCD game I remember playing I had actually Masters of the Universe, and you were flying one of those the skiff ship, and it was a shooter.
I think I had a racing game. I think it was either Cruising USA or something it was bink, beep, boop, boop.
Yeah. I had that X-Men one. My sister had the Little Mermaid one.
I had DuckTales.
There's a football one too, right?
There was an everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, me and Jen have been talking about getting one of those Arcade One cabinets for the boys for Christmas, and for.
You mean all of the boys?
All of the boys, Harrison included,
and herself, because.
I was just gonna say, I forgot who did a review of them. You want to get one with, was it the Turtles one?
Oh, the Turtles one's the one I'm getting.
Yeah,
Like,
but just because I think the Turtles one had better controls, and obviously you just mod it. You know, just so you can throw everything in there.
yep. And then there's 4 controller bases.
Yeah.
Like, I would love them to do X-Men.
Yep. Well,
That
I
would
mean,
be awesome.
if you mod it, you can just throw X-Men on there.
I don't know. It's costing me $500. I don't want to mod it too much. Then all of a sudden I have a broken $500 arcade cabinet.
And then you can't bring it to them because they're like, "Well, you modded it."
But I modded it.
Fine, $500 for the
The
turtle.
turtle one, it's $500 because it has four controllers.
Wow.
It's the only game. That's one of the few ones that has that game only.
Yeah.
There's a Star Wars one too, the Star Wars arcade game. They have Star Wars Empire and Return of the Jedi all in that cabinet, but it's not the Star Wars that came out in 2000. It's the Star Wars that came out in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, nice.
So the Sega one with the wireframe stuff.
Yep.
I would love the Star Wars game that came out in the late 2000s, early 2000s. That arcade cabinet that was like color graphics, and you had Yavin, the Stormtrooper battle, and the Boba Fett with the lightsaber and stuff like that. Like, that's the game. I would get that in seconds. But you can get like Street Fighter 2 and like the champion editions for that. You can get like Pac-Man and a bunch of those games, Centipede and a bunch of those games. Like they have boxes where they come with like 3 or 4 of them that are like the same console setup, so they don't have to. And then they're starting to come up with more select. Like they did Marvel versus Capcom. They've done Turtles, Star Wars. It's really, really cool.
Nice. If I had room, I would definitely grab one of those. But I don't have room.
You could make room.
No, I barely have room as it is.
Yeah, so they're doing a Burger Time one.
Nice.
So they have Burger Time, Marvel Superhero Arcade, Turtles, the Star Wars, Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Golden Tee, Mortal Kombat, Galaga, Rampage, Final Fight, Space Invaders, and Centipede.
Rampage was so good.
And the Rampage comes with Rampage, Joust, Gauntlet, and Defender.
Really?
I mean, how do I share my screen?
What is it here?
It's just arcade1up.com. Oh, it does. The Marvel superhero does come with the X-Men game. Oh, yeah. Oh, it comes with Marvel superheroes, X-Men, and the Punisher.
Really?
Yup.
Yeah, and they're selling that one directly on their site.
For $400. Leo, just go to the website.
I am.
You're not. You're on. There you go. I see where you're at.
I'm there now.
Go to the website.
Arcade1up.com. I'm there now. There's a delay. There's a delay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you can buy parts for it and everything.
Oh, that Pac-Man one looks so beautiful.
Right?
Oh, jeez. For the people listening to this, I apologize. We're just oogling over nostalgia arcade machines that we want in our own home. Oh, that Pac-Man tabletop. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't mind this either. Like, 'cause they're not that bad. Like, they're not that expensive, and it looks like the quality is really good.
Oh, and the Star Wars one comes with Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Oh, you're looking at? Do you like the tabletop ones?
I was looking at the tabletop one, yeah.
See?
I hate ordering things online, but I kind of want to get one.
Well, they're also at like Walmart.
Yeah, that involves going into a Walmart and hoping they have it, so I didn't waste my time going inside of a Walmart.
So the other option is to get one of the higher end arcade machines and then get like a RetroPie running in it.
Yeah, it's only $400. Yeah, but for me, it's one of those things where I'd rather just buy it from these guys.
Yeah.
Well, do you know they're also, and so Arcade One is also going to be working on pinball too. They're going to come with pinball machines soon.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's going to be.
What, for the pinball?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The high end cabinets, there's X Arcade. And then let me look at the pricing on that.
So the real question is, and I'll present this to the group as well as our listeners, is would you rather have a cabinet, which Leo says is something you can modify and add games and take games off and have it very much open, or would you like a cabinet dedicated to one set of games?
I would definitely want it. Personally, I would want it open.
What about you? Yeah.
Honestly, that's a tough one. I'd like to have the option to upgrade it if I decide to, even if it's like sacrificing the warranty, because your build looks really nice. Like, I don't know if I could build something that nice
for $400.
Yeah.
Just to give you a comparison, the X Arcade machines, the full-sized arcade cabinet, but it comes with 250 games, $3,000.
Yeah, see, that's why I was wondering, well, how much a pinball machine, because those typically are about like $4 up for a good pinball machine. I had priced that out at some point in my life.
But it does look like, according to their website, you can buy RAM or games to add to your collection. That would work with your cabinet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So say you buy the Turtles game. It looks like you can buy the Pac-Man game and put the Pac-Man game in there.
You just want to see me part with money right now, don't you?
Why am I the one? Like, why are you blaming me? Being like, James is making me buy these things.
Because I have to absolve myself of the responsibility that I'm about to... And you're there.
Good. You are now trapped, my yo-yo friend. Soon you will know everything about the ultimate power of the arcade machines. Do it.
Yo-Yo's gonna have his house aligned with them.
Oh, and I'm sure the arcade machines will be there when you arrive to purchase them.
Too funny.
Strike me down and fulfill your training.
I'm probably going to wait to see how much those pinball machines are, because I honestly have missed paying pinball.
Addams Family Pinball, one of my favorite pinball games of all time. And regarding about video games, so Yo-Yo, you were saying something before. Some big company is not going to be at PAX East next weekend?
Yep, Sony.
And
So
why is that?
officially...
Why?
Yeah,
Why is,
Yes.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
It, Educate our listeners.
Well, because of the coronavirus that has been going around, actually, this isn't the first thing that they've backed out of, and things that have been canceled as far as like in the technology world. Because Mobile World Congress, a lot of companies, so Samsung, Sony, had backed out, and now they've actually canceled it for the year. So when that happened, I kind of assumed that Sony would back out of Pack 2, and they did officially announce that they are not going to be a Pack.
You think, the coronavirus is definitely going to affect a lot of the cons. I mean, we're entering con season. You mentioned New York Toy Fair. It's probably going to see attendance dwindling, you think?
I don't know. I think
I don't know if attendance will dwindle, but I feel like production for anything that they're going to talk about is probably going to be affected by that.
Well, do a lot of Chinese manufacturers visit PAX or New York Toy Fair? You would think they would.
What, Sony?
No, I mean PAX itself.
No, because PAX is a great place. I've been to PAX East once, and it was we did some marketing for the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, so we got to go to it. And there's a lot of like independent games there. Like a lot of indie games are there. A lot of upcoming board games are there. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks Sony's not going to be there because they're going to have Last of Us 2, Final Fantasy 7 remake, and like 2 other games that people have been really, really wanting to play, and that's a great opportunity for them to play there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt Sony at the end of the day.
It's just thing that they screwed up somehow, and that's why they're not. I mean, that's why like Mobile World Congress, that kind of sucks because I mean a lot of companies use that to talk about their newer devices, but at the end of the day, people's health is more important.
And I gotta applaud some of these major companies. I mean, this is a big thing, and God forbid, it hasn't gotten bigger than it is right now. There's a chance you could always just go off like nobody's business. But for a company that has a lot of Far East investors and they come over from, Japan and all that stuff, and it's a concern. I mean, you look at some companies like Disney, I'll use Disney, they've shut down both their theme parks in China as well as their parks in Japan are under close scrutiny for any signs of infection. So I think it's just.
But realistically, they should honestly just do that everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel that at some point, the fact that we were pointing out 2 Asian countries.
Also, the United States, I'm not saying the Americans are the smartest people in the world. And they could probably not tell the difference between Japanese and Japan pretty easily. So anything from that part of the world might frighten people being like, I don't want to go near them. So. Just look at. I'll use this as an example. I'll go down this political tangent for 10 seconds. Is Chinese restaurants are suffering because no one's eating at them because they're worried about the virus.
Chinese restaurants are like the furthest thing you can get from actual China, like food from China, as possible.
Not necessarily, because one of the things that came out early with the coronavirus, talking about how chicken is shipped to China to be packaged up to be shipped back here for sale. And it looks
but at the same time, that could be literally any chicken. You're assuming that a Chinese food restaurant would source their chicken from.
Well, the packaging, it definitely looked like something that you would buy in some Asian market.
I have like baby wipes that I got actually because we were like, for cleaning supplies from my job.
Yep.
That are.
Wait, you took cleaning supplies from your work?
they're closing. It doesn't matter. But no. That's at my answer center. We're closing. The store was done. Take them.
Best Buy.
No, but they're. I forgot what it's Vietnamese or something like that.
Oh, I'm not saying, but I know a lot of. I know a lot of mayors in cities is like, and I'll use Boston because I still get a lot of Boston news. Is businesses in the Chinatown district have seen profits drop down over 50% from this time last year. Like,
oh, sorry, I just thought about it because I was planning on going to Boston tomorrow. That means I probably can go to Bao's without having to worry about a line.
I mean, it came to report like the mayor went down there to have a press conference being like, you guys need to come. Like, it's safe to eat here. Like, you need to come support these businesses.
I'm cool if they wait one more day so there's no lines from Bao's.
It's all about you, Yo-Yo. It's all about you.
That bakery is amazing. I'm sorry. If someone wants to not frequent that amazing bakery, then that's their loss. And it's going to be my gain tomorrow.
Facts.
All of the stuff.
Yo-Yo.
Just
you make me laugh.
Just bring back enough for all of us.
I will ship you something.
Sounds good.
So.
It's definitely something to be concerned about, though.
Be mindful. That's all you have to do is be mindful. Like, don't go. I would say just don't go to China. Like, it's a pretty easy thing to do. Like, just don't go to China.
Oh man,
wash your hands
next week.
Yeah, I know, right? You got your passport all set, ready to go.
They still don't know how it's being transmitted. First, one report says airborne, the other one says, it's too heavy to be airborne, and then they say, we weren't too sure. Now it's airborne.
Contact, isn't it?
What's that?
Makes the people have coughed or things like that on.
Well, the thing is, I guess it has to fester for like 2 weeks before you start seeing any symptoms. And one of the podcasts I listened to, they're talking about how in China they actually, because everybody's tracked, they're actually sending out alerts if you were close to somebody who was sick. So if you took a plane and you're like 3 rows close to them, or you stood next to them in line, they know all that, it seems like. And they'll send you an alert. Hey, you were next to somebody that was sick.
I'm so impressed on the hospital part.
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah. Now, did they use any 3D printing for that?
I'm reading about that. I know it was like a modular thing. It's a like pre-built thing.
Yeah.
And like how they did it was like literally they having everybody do everything all at the same time. Like, so you had your plumbing, electrician, and everybody like doing it while they're like literally putting together the rooms which were already prefabricated.
That's crazy. And then they had a like live feed that you could watch it being built.
Yeah. I would be proud of my country if they were able to do that. I mean, how often do you see people like, we need more hospitals? Give us a week.
Yeah. I know you wanted to stay off the political tangent, but just real quick, if you're looking for extra money, Michael Bloomberg is paying people up to $2,500 a month to spread his greatness, whatever it is, via social media and text messages. So if you want to alienate all your friends, he will pay you $2,500 a month, or it was like $150.
Or you could just work for the census. Like in Massachusetts, they're paying like $20 to $25 an hour, something like that. So I mean, that's an option.
Yeah. No. I vote for neither, but I just find it crazy that he's paying people up to $2,500 a month to
What's wrong with working with the census?
No, I'm talking about Bloomberg. But yeah. So if you want to share all your friends.
How about we don't?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we should be able to buy an election. Like it doesn't. Him being a Democrat doesn't make the concept any less like cringeworthy.
Yeah, totally.
I don't care.
Cringeworthy?
Yeah. Cringeworthy. Yeah. The whole, someone trying to buy their way into a position of power.
Oh. Could have been worse. Could have been cringer-worthy. You see how I brought it full circle? Come on, that has to be worth something.
Do we have a womp womp sound we can play?
Womp womp
womp. James, what do you got for us? I hear you clicking around.
Nothing exciting.
No, you're not excited about Matrix 4?
I mean,
it looks like John Wick just stepped into the Matrix. That's from the photo I saw.
Yeah.
Which would be a badass thing, but
I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I feel like, and I think we've already spoke. There's another episode back when I announced it. I like the Matrix movies. I did. I like the sequels as well. I think it built the lore, and we've been on this show. I've said I've always been I'm a glutton for lore. Fill in the gaps. Give me more canon. Give me more information, and kind of tell me more of what happened. So I mean, if possible, that's what I'm kind of hoping to do. But at the same time, what story can they tell? Because they left it kind of open ended. Is this going to pick up like now they're back at war with each other, or is now no one in the Matrix and everybody's in the real world, and now the machines are like, well, we need people in the Matrix where we could live, and like, is this a shaky truth? And I mean, Trinity died in the third movie, and Neo died in the third movie. Like, how are they going to come back? And is it stuff like that? I'm curious to see how they're going to explain. I'm hopeful that it's more involves somebody else, and Neo and Trinity kind of come into the story more than the stories about them. Like, it picks up years after the final the Smith infestation, and there's the truce is uneasy. It's been, that's the whole thing, is like, we'll see how long it can last. Oh. How long do you think this piece could last? Who knows? And so I'm curious. I mean, it does have a Wachowski director, leading it, as Joel Silver's doing it too. So there is a lot of the original in there. But again, it's curious to what they're going to do with it. Like, I felt like it had it pretty much wrapped up in the end of the third one. So doing our fourth one, I hope it's a one-off. I hope this isn't setting up for 2 more Matrix movies, or like 6 total. Like, 3 is good. A 4th one would probably kind of cool to keep telling the story that could open up into novelizations,
another
anime movie, or other stories within the Matrix. I think that's why the Animatrix is so good. It was just different stories. So I'm curious. I'm optimistic. I'm excited to see it. Again, I think those movies get a really bad rap because of what happened. And like, if you learn more about why there's a big change between the first one and the second one, a lot of it was studio pressure and all that stuff, but it's still a good story. So.
I hate the animation though. Like
the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI just like,
yeah, I mean,
Neos, like.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But again, I still think the Battle of the Dock on the dock with the mech warriors is still one of the cooler scenes in the Matrix.
Yeah.
That whole, because that's like a 30-minute, 45-minute battle, which is just, it's straight action. And then interlooping it with them going on the surface and trying to get past the walls to get to 0-1, or whatever's Alpha 1, the center of the machine city. I thought that was really cool, like them overlaying that stuff. So.
If you get a chance to check it out, the 4K version of The Matrix, the new remaster is phenomenal. They've taken out the green tint. It just has a completely different feel.
Well, like I said,
the rubber Neos.
What's that?
Did they fix the rubber Neo?
What do you mean the rubber Neo?
You saw the second Matrix, correct?
I block it out. No,
that's probably one of the reasons you did.
Yeah, I'm talking about the first one. I haven't watched the second or third since they came out.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they need to redo the second one because, again, I don't know. Visually, those things kind of got me like about the movie.
Yeah.
It's a visual media, and if you all of a sudden have like weird looking faces, it's like going back to watch the Power Ranger movie now. Like those Zords look like utter garbage now.
Yeah, the remaster is only the first movie. So maybe the 4 is going to go through saying like 2 and 3 don't exist.
No,
but I don't want that. You have to have them to change.
Do you though? I mean, can't they? Just,
I have to agree with. It's a great story. It wasn't always executed how I would have envisioned it. And again, a lot of it had to do with the visuals for me, but it was a good story.
Well, maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Maybe you should.
Yeah. Do I want to torture myself? When's the last time you guys watched it?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
For me, it's a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, along with Matrix 4, there has been some footage of the new Bill and Ted. Not footage, but some set shots. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. I am more looking forward to. I am looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer. I'm very curious to see what they said. I know they said that it's a little under an hour and a half. I think it's like an hour and 28 minutes or something like that. They said, or no, it's 78 minutes. So it's an hour and 18 minutes long. So
it's not a long movie.
Yeah, kind of a long movie.
No, actually, not really. Well, no. I mean, compared to some other movies that have been coming out lately, that's actually relatively short.
Yep.
So that's. Are they gonna rush through things though? I don't want them to rush through things. Ugh. It's gonna be rushed, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah, just just for them to come back and say, hey, here's your nostalgia fix, and we're just in it for the money.
A couple of years for that next hit.
Yeah. Yep. Have you guys been watching Lock and Key?
I got to episode 3. A lot further than I did because I haven't even started watching it. I'll probably try to start that tonight.
Yeah.
I did see Picard though. Picard?
Really?
Yes. Picard.
And
I swear.
What did you think of my theory that yes, I read on Reddit?
I wanted you to elaborate on that. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I read a theory today that the Romulans are so anti synthetic people is because quite some time ago, they actually, by accident, created a Borg.
Really?
Yes.
What was their reasoning behind this theory?
They didn't give any reasoning. Well, as you watch in Picard, that the Romulans are very anti-synthetic human beings, or synthetic beings.
Yep, like I pointed that out last week, that it probably had something to do with something they did in the past.
Yeah. So
That-
So you hit the nail on the head. You were there all along.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be a nice tie-in for the Borg. Even though V'ger's supposed to be the Borg, right? Or there was another character that they toyed with being the creation of the Borg in Enterprise, right? Didn't Enterprise come across some synthetic beings? The TV show Enterprise.
Trying to think back.
I mean,
I can't remember at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, the people think that the V'ger was a product of the Borg, not the other way around.
Oh.
Like V'ger found, or no, sorry, the V'ger was the beginning of the Borg because of the human interaction from the motion picture.
Yes.
So,
yep.
You know, just saying.
I don't know. What do you think of that theory, though?
I bought into it, you know.
Buy into everything you read off Reddit. So,
No, that was before Reddit. I bought into that back when Next Generation was around. It was that was a theory going back around. It was probably in Starlog magazine or something that it was originally in. Yes, magazines back in the day when we actually read printed material.
James, your thoughts on this?
On what?
This theory of the Borg.
I don't believe so. I feel like the Romulans they experimented with synthetics earlier on in their growth, and they had a similar uprising that you saw, and so their mind is that all synthetics should be banned across the galaxy, regardless if it's Klingon, Romulan, Federation, Cardassian, any of that stuff.
If they felt that they needed to be banned, that you would think of the push for that, or been more aggressive towards synthetics instead of just being like, we don't want to have anything to do with it.
But you also got to think too. The more you're learning about Picard is that if they were the ones who hacked the synthetics on the Utopian shipyards in Mars, which caused the Mars attacks, you know, maybe that's them. Like we don't mind being rescued by the Federation, but we don't want to be rescued by synthetics. And when they found out the ships were being built by synthetics and all that stuff, it could have been very much, we don't want your help.
But again, at the same time, you would think that to have, made that opinion being known beforehand instead of, killing a bunch of people to get their point across. My thought process, however, has something to do again with the woman that moved out in the it's called clean room, with the room with the Romulans that were assimilated and brought back and weren't quite right.
Yep.
How she said that it's not lore, it's news.
Yeah.
Maybe because they keep calling her the Destroyer, so maybe it has something to do with something they did a while ago. In that all synthetics and somehow are going to somehow be the end of their species. And that's why they wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You think they're going to bring time travel into it?
No.
No, I think they're going to have that ship go out for a while. I don't think they're going to change that at all.
I don't think they should bring time travel into it. It's so far a very solid show.
Well, not time travel to fix it, but I mean, how do they know that a synthetic is the destroyer? I mean,
math, logic.
Okay.
I'm sure. Like again, the fact that the tales that she is renowned for, she calls them news, not like folklore or anything like that. She sees them as things that have or are going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's a reason why she is viewed that way.
Well, it's definitely very interesting, and it's I'm enjoying the series so far. You guys liking it?
Very much so.
I like I said, I like how they're not. It's very much not. Watching Next Generation, and I'm almost up to season 5. I have like one more episode. I'm right before the season finale of season 4.
Nice.
It's very much a love letter to Next Generation. Watching Picard and watching Data and watching some of these characters just to grow through the series, and you kind of see where they're pulling a lot of this lore from. And they're respecting what happened before previous. So I'm enjoying it very much. Like I said, at the same time watching and concurrently the Next Generation it's just awesome. It's so much fun. It's so enjoyable.
Yeah. And younger
and I have to say, sorry, the one thing about Picard is like get to the point on the Borg cube. Like, I'm sorry, those are the part right now that's kind of dragging down the show for me a little bit. Like, I get it. I get it. He is trying to infiltrate. She's trying to make sure that this girl is. They know it's her. They know it's the synthetic. They know because they've already killed her duplicate. You're on episode 5. Is it 10 episodes or 13 episodes?
Those are things I don't keep track of. I probably should, but I don't.
But I'm saying, like, if we're at this point and it's to a point where the sister or the other Romulans, like, you have 1 week to do this, so you're going to squeeze 1 week in, like, 5 episodes of, like, time, like, that's going to make it, like, it's going to be a lot of movement, a quick movement. So, like, I would like the plot line on the Borg cube to kind of move a little faster, like, kind of get to what they're trying to get to a little bit quicker without giving the farm away, because it feels like with Picard, like the Picard side of the story, you're kind of moving, pardon my pun, a little bit like a quicker like warp speed to get where he needs to go to. But the story arc on the Borg cube is kind of, the pace isn't the same for both stories.
But the point of that, I feel, is so that at some point they will actually converge instead of it being like, you gotta have like that perfect equilibrium for that conversion.
Yeah, it's like, but you're sitting there waiting. Like, is she gonna activate soon? Is she going to, are they actually gonna get her? Like, what's going on with the Borg cube? Like you said, why is this Borg cube such a huge thing? Like, why? Like, is it because the Romulans found a way to fight them and beat them? Like, could that be an issue? Because they said once these Romulans were taken, the Borg cube separated from the rest of the collective. Well, why is that? So I don't mind having the questions that I want to get answered throughout the rest of the season. But, like, the whole part where they were sliding on the ice or whatever it was, I kind of was like, okay, like, cool, awesome. Like, speed this up a little bit. Like, you guys are cute, you're flirting, you love each other, got it, cool. Let's have the cutie romantic thing. That's awesome. Like, great. But you didn't build those characters. That felt like it didn't add anything to the plot of that storyline.
But will it later on, comes my question. Like, I feel like he is going to change sides at some point.
I'm with you, and I hope that happens, but as of right now, nothing is showing me that's going to happen.
Him to, like, I don't know, just something about how he's been acting, something about how his sister treats him about the situation. I feel like that is what this is leading to.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Definitely.
Same here. And we also have more to look forward to because Discovery just finished wrapping season 3. So
Sure.
Okay.
I have no. Awesome.
yeah, it is awesome. It's an awesome show. Absolutely fantabulous, amazing, super ridiculous, incredible show.
Yeah, after Next Generation, I'm gonna start watching Voyager.
Discovery. Watch Discovery.
I lost it. I lost it. Episode 6. Sorry.
Just please. Please.
He's like, so I have someone to talk to about this stuff.
Well, it's about that time. We should wrap things up. The Incredulous Yo-Yo. Where can people find you?
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy words. You can find me at Boy Meets Phone on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Also, Yo Saint Laurent on those same social media channels. And, of course, you can find me here. James?
The Spectacular James.
We want to give a big shout out to our missing co-host, Alex. I know he's still looking for some help to replace some of his equipment, so check him out at Alex Hoey at Patreon, as well as his coffee account. Leo put those in the show notes above or below.
Yeah.
I know if you want to reach out to him, well, I know he's still selling some of his art to replace some of the equipment that was damaged during his move. So we miss you, Alex. We want you to come back. We miss your banter and your funny one-liners, as well as your unbelievably contributions to the show and to the network. So we do miss you, brother. But you can find me at Longtime Storm at the tweets and the Instagrams, as well as here on the Dorkening, as well as Splash Pages, our comic book club that is or is not online, Leo.
Some of it is. I need to get more of it up there.
So check that out, as well as check out all the other numerous shows that are on the Dorkening Podcast Network. Like what, Leo?
Well, if you just head on over to, if my button works, thedorkening.com, you'll find all the awesome shows currently on the network, including this one here, Wicked Horror Show, That Strange Show, bunches of shows, but thedorkening.com, and a lot of awesome people on the network. So go check them out and support us little creators here. And I want to thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Peace.
Yeah.